Alright, if you drop by this video here, it's because you most likely have a dream of gaining financial freedom and being able to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, whenever you want. Now, going on social, you're going down that hole of what is the best method to gain financial freedom, and there's usually 4 to 5 big subjects that always pop up. That's kind of the e-com dropshipping model. There is cryptocurrencies, there's the stock market, options trading, then of course real estate investing. Now we want to talk about real estate investing over here because there are several things that get people held up and they never get the results that they're after. But with real estate investing, here's the problem. It's incredibly easy to explain the concepts. Break it all down, say you just do X, Y, and Z, and you get these fat checks. The problem is when you go to implement these, there's 5,000 questions that come across your head that you're never able to get answered properly because each situation is different, except for when it comes to land investing. Now with land investing, you are getting a hard asset, which you should absolutely own hard assets in your portfolio versus digital assets. You should have those too, but it shouldn't be your main focus. I'll explain that later on in this series. But with land, you get a hard asset. You could go ahead and turn it into cash flow. You could flip it for lump sums of cash. You could hold this hard asset long term and let it appreciate and liquidate on the back end. There's everything you wanted in the real estate game, but it doesn't get any clout or any play because it doesn't have that sexy model that comes with it. So in this video series, I'm going to break down how land investing is just as powerful as all these other strategies, why you should have it in your portfolio, how to take action immediately, and the different strategies you can use to go ahead and gain financial freedom from this. Now let's go into my story a little bit here. I'm not going to go too deep on that because I don't want to bore you more than anything. I want to give you the strategies, but you should know what makes me a credible individual for explaining this to you. I've been in the real estate game technically since 2001. I've been successful at the real estate game since 2008. When I initially got in, I was in the infomercial world just consuming all that content, and I literally thought if you went out and bought real estate, you'd be rich, you quit your job, and everything was perfect. I went out and I started buying singles, doubles, and fourplexes all across Cleveland, Ohio. This was at a time where they would go ahead and just hand you money for asking for it, the good old days there. But I was over leveraged really fast, and I found out even faster that tenants don't pay their rent. There's adjustable rate mortgages that could go ahead and spike your payment. Contractors will lie and steal from you, and every miserable thing that could happen happened to me, and before I knew it, I lost everything. Now, I didn't lose sight of what I wanted though. I definitely wanted the financial freedom dream. So what I did was I started studying, and the great market crash happened in 2006, 7, 8, depending upon where you were located in the US. Properties that were selling for $100,000, you could buy for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 at this time in Cleveland. So what I did was I built my confidence. I started buying single family homes, and then I would just flip them for a couple $1,000 profit. Then I would take these properties, I'd acquire them, and I'd sell them as seller financing to the end investor. Then I got into the cash flow model. Here's where everything started to change for me. We would buy these assets, we would renovate them, we would place a tenant, and then we were selling them to West Coast investors that were flooding the Cleveland market there. This was great, except for the fact that we were stuck managing all these properties. And before I knew it, we had more properties that we could control on the management side, and I was stuck picking up trash, painting walls, doing everything that someone for $10 an hour should have been doing. I couldn't get the teams in place because we have too many properties, too many problems, and I was in there getting dirty myself. I'm not above getting dirty. I'm a blue-collar dude by trade, but I knew this was no financial freedom dream for me. Now, what had happened was maybe a few months prior to me hitting the wall, being completely stressed out, Nick Loper had told me he interviewed a guy that had the best passive income model out there. It was all about land investing. I quickly swooshed that to the side. I had no interest in it. I thought it sounded dumb, had no interest in giving it the time of day. But while I was picking up trash and painting walls, I thought I better listen to that episode and see if there was any value in that. Nick was interviewing Mark Podolsky. I quickly picked up on what Mark was doing. I reached out to Mark because I had a podcast at the time, invited him on so I could interview him, ask him all the selfish questions so I could help benefit myself. And I actually owned some land at that time. So he said, look, take the land you own, do X, Y, and Z with it, and if it works, great, you got a model, and if it's not for you, no big deal. I went ahead, I took these properties I owned in Florida, I listed them online, and before I knew it, these things were throwing off payments of $75 a month with zero drama, zero headaches, all automated and completely easy. It was the true passive income model I was after, and then from there I was hooked. So I went ahead and scaled it out. So that's what I'm going to show you in each one of these videos, how to go ahead and locate these great deals, how to take these deals, and how to figure out how you're going to profit from them. Are you going to go ahead and flip them for fast cash? Are you going to hold them long term for appreciation, or are you going to sell them on on seller financing terms, my favorite, getting those cash flow notes. Whatever it is, I'm going to walk you through each step in this so you can go ahead and take action immediately. Now, land is not the be all and end all, but you need to know by investing in raw land, you can not only build up your skills to pivot into other real estate investing models, but it will also give you the cash flow you need that you can take that money and then move some of that into cryptocurrency. Flip a few properties, maybe open up an e-com store, go ahead and take a few more dollars and put it into the stock market. You could fully diversify by building your skills in this niche, getting the lump sums of cash you need, and then go ahead and build out whatever your financial freedom dream is. And we're all looking for a different number, so let's not compare. Let's just focus on what our number is and get those results. So in the next video, I'm going to break down how to get started and then how to go ahead and take each step to build out your land investment portfolio. Now, any questions about the land investing niche, go ahead and shoot me a text at 440-567-6040 or check directly below this video in the description there. Tons of resources you could use to go ahead and build out your land investing model. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video.